That one, no, Norman swinging away, but he misses long. And now, after a quick start from New Jersey, the Stunners have reeled off 5 of the last 6 points.
And that's the danger a server like Nick West presents. Going to the service line down or tied, and all of a sudden you're up 2 points.
Nick England, who coached the San Diego Wild to a quarterfinal victory, will be back on the broadcast with us for our third match, which will be Las Vegas against the Inland Empire Matadors as they meet for the third time this year. That's coming up next after this one. Joe Norman swinging away. Over on one off the dig from Roberts. Do they go to Cypher? No, they back row. Jared Ray, he thought he caught line, but our official says no.
And some self-inflicted errors right now on the side of New Jersey. Some balls landing in front of people, no one diving, some missed swing attempts. Quickly letting this one slip away after they jumped out to an early lead.
Nick West continuing behind the service line. A little something off of that one as Cunningham passes. There's Joe Norman. Oh, and Corey Chavers couldn't pull away.
Just got caught midair. He made a move, realized it was going out, but he just couldn't get his hands out of the way in time.
Once you commit, it's almost impossible to reel those arms back in. So much needed side out here for Matt Seifert. And Tom Burrell will come in. Seifert, an all-star this year in the middle for the National Conference, which lost in 5 sets to the American Conference at our 5th event.
American Conference 2-0 in our 2 All-Star games.
Free ball comes over, and Tim Ferder, the former homecoming king, as voted by his peers with the kill.
Puts it right in the belly of Matt Hilling. He almost caught it with his whole body and really couldn't do anything else with it.
Seifert again, another line drive float. Leave it for Hilling, a little too tight. And he's able to make something out of nothing.
And he won that joust battle at the net, and Ferreter tried to go behind his back, no look, and pop it up, and just really caught it too much. That's a lift call on Ferreter. A nice joust win by Hilling.
Yeah, Hilling taking a kill out of what looked like a certain error as he misses that service wide. Hilling's been strong late. He's been man of the match in each of the last 2 wins for the OC Stunners.
And this is him rotating back to an opposite right side position, playing outside for most of the past 2 years. Now with the plethora of outsides the Stunner team has, moving to the right side.
Chavers with the pass. They leave it for Olivier, and he puts it away.
Olivier going OT on Matt Elias. Just over the top, finding some court. That's a high flyer right there.
And here is Spencer Olivier out of Tustin, California. One of the top rookies here in the NVA. True rookie. Just finished his eligibility at Long Beach State. Freed over by Cunningham to keep it alive. Corey Chavers dynamite. And a 3-point lead for Olivier to work with.
And New Jersey looking a little bit slow, a little bit sort of behind the ball. Not what we're used to seeing on a team that's so confident and so in system most of the time.
And an ace for Olivier as Cunningham couldn't handle it. And again, you wonder, it's still somewhat of an early match for New Jersey considering most guys got in pretty late yesterday. If they kind of need that first set to work out the kinks.
Could be that. It could be just that nerves of the monkey on your back of knowing just another playoff appearance that they need to shake off and get a win. And that's not how you do it. Another ace by Olivier, and that'll take us to a freedom timeout down 11-6.
Back-to-back aces by Spencer Olivier. Timeout by Carlo Edra, and New Jersey Freedom will take a break as well. Back for more here in Long Beach. Back here after the timeout, Olivier, after back-to-back aces, left out one short, the multiple-time All-American playing at nearby Long Beach State.
And that's a coach point for Carlo Edra. Mark it.
It's a coach point, but it was also a necessity point. Had to call timeout there, had to get his guys to recompose as they leave it for Ferreter here. And that one will fall in. So a kill for the Stunners. And entering the fray here is Grant Maroki, another Long Beach State rookie. 6'7" middle blocker. He's actually getting the start today in place Shane Beamer, who I said before was going to get the start. They made the change late. Oh, and a nifty spot there. Good vision from Corey Shavers.
They are just picking apart this Freedom defense right now. Cut shots, rolls deep, and then the mix-in of bounce balls here and there.
And another ace. The Stunners are lighting up New Jersey with their serve. You said it. New Jersey looks slow. They do have another option there at libero if Cunningham is off today. They do have Sam Schildenberg, who has started about half the season, the former Dallas Tornado.
And I know it's early, but if I were Coach Carlo Edra, I would be looking to make some lineup changes right now because the energy on this court, the speed, is not up to par with what the Stunners are bringing to the table.
And Norman finally getting a chance to swing after 7 points without a touch. Gets the kill. Still down 6 will be Tom Burrell to serve. Through the hands of Shavers. Saved, and Shavers will swing deep. Ferreter with the dig. Here's Jared Ray. First chance to swing, and he nails the line. So side out for Tom Burrell. Now the deficit cut to 5. Better pass here from Shavers. They leave it for Hilling, and he splits the gap for the kill.
And two different objectives when there's a first set that's already so lopsided like this one is, right? If you're the Stunners, you want to keep the pressure on and really take away the confidence of your opponent. If you're Freedom, you just want to get some rhythm, get some swagger back, and know that you belong in this game.
Nearly over on 1, and New Jersey can't save it. Another unforced error. And this set has gotten away from New Jersey. OC Stunners with a commanding 16-9 advantage.
And the Stunners not even really, imposing their full will. We haven't seen every plethora of options, every hard swing, and they're still even making errors themselves. So it's mostly self-inflicted on the New Jersey side. Because we know there's a lot more the Stunners can bring to the table if they need to.
That's left short. Side out for the Stunners. Very hot day here in Long Beach. Temperature is going to hover around 90 degrees. It's a little warm here inside Long Beach City College, so if guys are playing without a lot of energy in game number 1, Noah, it's not going to be easy to recapture that in game 2.
It's certainly a factor, the heat, the exhaustion, and the energy.
Good spot there, and not an ace, but close enough. As Jared Ray couldn't control the service from Shavers. You know what? Mark that down as an ace after all. What am I talking about?
That's an ace.
That's an ace.
One touch and out of bounds. It's one touch or less. Those are the ace rules.
So that, I believe, is the 4th ace officially of the set here. But it's not just about the aces. It's about taking New Jersey completely out of system.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what this first set's been about. They've done that exceptionally well. You would imagine that's part of the game plan for Matt Prosser. He knows this New Jersey team as well as anybody. Jared Ray, your server. Former All-American at Kane misses wide. Lead is 8. And the Stunners fully in cruise control here in game one.
And if you're the Freedom, there's a lot of uncomfortable energy on this court and on this sideline right now. Someone, whether it's Coach Carlo Edra, a player, needs to sort of step in and shake things up.
Better pass by Cunningham. Norman, that's blocked back. Gonna go to Big Joe again. Reach out and stuff someone. Olivier and Maroki, they did that quite a bit at the Pyramid. They're doing it now at the professional level as Long Beach State finds its way into the NVA for a big block.
Oh, and they knew exactly where that was going, too. Libero taking second ball. They knew it was a high ball to Joe Norman. They just camped out and pressed over the net, gave him nowhere to put it.
You know Matt Prosser loves those Long Beach State guys. He's only one of the best players the program's produced.
Only.
Good save there by Ferreter. Hilling with the swing. And well disguised, got it over the block. And Joe Norman got trapped there. 10-point lead for the Stunners. Now, we know that New Jersey, when they have had these lopsided losses in sets, they've mentally done a good job of forgetting about it and moving on. It's going to be very interesting to see what that transition is when we get to game two, as this is all Orange County.
And what you want to see if you're a Freedom fan is them to get a couple of points here. Now, if you're a Stunners fan, just close it down. Go on a big run.
Seifert's first kill of the day as he gets a touch there. So a palindrome on the scoreboard, 21-12 in favor of the Stunners. And here's Seifert to serve. Another line drive by Seifert. They leave it for Hilling, and he's able to tool the block for point number 22.
And now at the score 22-12, if you're the Stunners, you want to keep this Freedom team under 15. Don't even let them crawl back at all. And I would not be surprised if Hilling lets it rip right now. Full green light.
Norman with the finish. Grimace from Corey Chavers, but that was well placed by Joe Norman, whose team faces a 9-point deficit.
Joe Norman with the clean-shaven look, not a look we're used to seeing from him. Normally expect the Dr. Strange facial hair going on, but...
Big Joe's getting married this fall.
Oh, congratulations, Joe.
Got to have the clean look for that day. Here's Ferreter swinging away. Got a touch as well. So New Jersey beginning to put it together in the latter stages of game one. It's going to be important for that momentum we talked about as we transition to our second set. New Jersey won the first set when these teams played 3 weeks ago. And a 5-set win for Orange County. Olivier, reach out and stuff someone. Tom Burrell teaming with his setter Matt Elias for the shutdown.
And Matt Prosser intelligently going to call a timeout and try and swell any momentum that's happening right now.
Yeah, smart timeout by Matt Prosser. We'll take a quick break as well. Back for the conclusion of game number one. So after the Matt Prosser timeout, clean-shaven Joe Norman will serve. Team down by 7. Another big serve. Olivier does a good job of controlling, and then Hilling swinging away, misses line.
If you're Matt Prosser, that was the exact outcome you were trying to avoid. Take a timeout, get a nice pass and serve receive, and run something in system. Hilling just missing that one wide, trying to go straight down the line.
Norman nailed the line, and the line judge in this side saw it cleanly. He tried to use every inch of real estate and got caught.
Just getting that big toe, maybe that big toenail, just barely catching that line, but line judge was on it. Infraction was called, point OC.
Size 15 versus a size 14 is what we saw there.
Makes a difference.
Olivier, your server, uses the tape. Ian Kapp, who's now on the court, we didn't get a chance to say his name with that pass, who read it so well off of the tape, and New Jersey gets the side out.
And you can feel the presence he makes already. That's a great pass and serve receive that's resulted in a kill, and he's had a dig in transition resulting in a kill. So he's just defensive and all-around skill helping this team tremendously.
And he's out there for for
Ray.
For Jared Ray, who, again, offensively brings you a lot. Defensively, we knew coming to the season a little bit of a liability in that area, something that he needs to work on to be an all-star at this next level. He was an all-star this year as a rookie, but again, all new players at times have things that they have to work on once they get to the professional level and see what the additional talent's like. And he knows what his work is. Joe Norman, who's done this for years.
He knows his worth.
He knows exactly what his worth is as he plants that one. So this will be set point number 2 now as New Jersey shaves off one. And we'll get a look at the fan favorite, Matt Buffum. And he leaves it short. So game number 1 belongs to the Orange County Stunners, the 3-time NVA finalist, looking to take that next step for a 4th straight appearance. 1-0. They'll switch sides. More volleyball coming up from Long Beach when we return. Back here courtside, Ira Thornton, Noah Chast. Let's send it to the 3rd member of our crew. Here's Haley Henderson standing by with the head coach of the OC Stunners, Matt Prosser.
We have head coach Matt Prosser here. Your guys look like they have great chemistry on the court and they're finding some nice spots on the other side. What's something that you think they're doing well that you'd like to continue throughout the match?
Well, I really like the way we served out of the gate. Aggressive from the end line, turned into a bunch of points for us, a couple aces. That was good. Really smart attack lines as well, high, challenging this tall block of Freedom.
You guys kind of ran away with the first set early on. What are you expecting from Freedom to come back with?
I expect, just like every other time we play them, this to be a very close game. That was an outlier, and those games are never like that.
Well, best of luck. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Haley. And, I mean, it's almost like Matt's up here in the broadcast booth with us because that was just perfect analysis right there. He talked about what his game plan, same thing that we picked out. Serve tough, pull them out of their game, not allow them to stay in system. They were able to score points with their serve against a New Jersey team that typically passes well. As Matt said, the score was a bit of an outlier, not something you expect to see against two teams that have been playing each other tough for years.
Well, and that's the thing. Matt has seen enough volleyball in general and enough volleyball between these two squads that he knows, all right, that's not going to happen 2 more times in a row. They're going to fight. They're going to be in for a battle. They might even drop a set, but he knows what he needs to do when the guts of the game come around to pull away in a tight set and tight match.
So officially, New Jersey starts Ian Cap, number 14 in this set, in place of Jared Ray, as Joe Norman starts it off with a statement. So with Ian Cap out there, they do lose the height. Cap at 6 foot, Jared Ray at 6'7". Ironically, both from the same collegiate program, former teammates at Kane. Reached out and stuffed someone. Matt Seifert shutting down Nick West in an all-star versus all-star battle.
And I'm intrigued to see how this outside combination pans out this set for Freedom. I would have thought to maybe go Cap and Ray to balance that sort of height and, passing ability. Going with Cap and Ferreter, both very able-bodied hitters and defensive players.
Corey Chavers able to tool the block, get the stunners on the board. Team Freedom led 2-0 in the first set. Same score here in game number 2. And it'll be Corey Chavers, who had 4 kills in 5 swings in our first set. All in his hands. Corey Chavers only played part of the season after coming back from playing internationally. Still had 22 kills in limited action in the regular season. Played just enough to be eligible for the playoffs. As Joe Norman with a rare error.
And Cap doing just enough to make that a workable set. A little bit off the net for Joe Norman. Tried to force it through. Not able to get it above the plane of the net.
Norman, who played in 4 or 5 regular season events. 2-2 is our score. And Chavers left that one short. And here comes Ian Cap. First time we'll have a chance to see him serve today. Again, Cap missed much of the regular season after standing out in the first 2 events with a leg injury. He's 100% finally, and he's back in the lineup. Was an all-star last year. Saw this tough serve for him. And that will fall in. Olivier able to tool the block of Seifert and Norman. It's a big win there for Olivier going against 2 6'10"ers.
And Ignacio Roberts going with the quick set to Olivier and just forcing it through enough allows it to drop where Ferreter can't get low enough to pick it up.
So here's Nick West. He had 1 of 5 aces in game number 1 for Orange County, but he leaves this short. That's right, 5 aces in the first set, 2 of them by Spencer Olivier. Chavers, Nick West, Grant Maroki all had a single ace. That's going to be very difficult as New Jersey makes some adjustments here in game 2 to replicate. Here's Seifert. Back set to Hilling, and he's able to wipe it off the block for the kill.
And that's where that craftiness, that plethora of experience internationally comes into play. You saw those hands, and instead of being intimidated by the block, knows how to use them, almost excited and intrigued by the hands up there at his disposal.
Yeah, it's real interesting to watch him change his arm angle there and use the swipe technique. Does it very well, does Matt Hilling, who's been a quiet leader on this team with so many weapons. Hilling still has been that consistent self, that guy who's willing to do a little bit of everything for this team. And one thing you know you're getting from Matt Hilling at all times out there is emotion and energy.
Energy and emotion, and maybe a yellow card here and there.
Let's just remind everybody he's still here.
Comes with the territory.
Olivier thought he got a touch. Our referee says no. So New Jersey with a 2-point lead as they leave it for Joe Norman, who had 4 kills and 8 swings in the first set. Good pass there by Chavers. Olivier plants the kill. Spencer Olivier with his 4th kill of the match.
And that's something Roberts and the Stunners are going to take advantage of. The height differential from Olivier on Elias. Elias, no small guy, but in terms of a right side setter and blocker, doesn't quite have the height that Olivier does.
Olivier working on 2 aces in the match. Better pass by Cap. Ferreter. And wow, what a rundown by Olivier. And Chavers will dump it over. Cunningham had to cover a lot of ground to gather that. And it doesn't matter as Joe Norman buries a kill.
Well, tremendous effort by Olivier to get to that ball. You could see him really churning away. His feet were moving faster than his body was, able to scoop that one up, but Freedom able to take advantage of the free ball opportunity.
Scoreboard's out, but there is a score, we promise. Nick West. Actually, I stand back corrected. That was Grant Maroki. Maroki with a kill there. I got fooled by the hairdo. It's like Nick West suddenly has long, luscious hair.
Yeah, no, Nick he's a little more clean shaven up top with the haircut. Still the nice mustache he's rocking. But that was Grant Maroki flying with the locks.
Another former All-American out of Long Beach State. He'll now serve after the kill. Over on 1, the joust. Whoa, Tom Burrell laying out. And Ian Cap, 6 foot, who cares? Sneaks it through.
There's something you can't measure in Ian Cap, and that's his determination to win. Does it on the court, loves to do it on the grass.
Ian Cap gets more out of his size than any player in the NVA. I will take that to the bank. As an ace for New Jersey.
It's an argument he is maybe the best pound-for-pound player in the NVA. Maybe not the best total player, but
maybe inch for inch?
inch for inch, pound for pound.
As Tom Burrell unleashes an ace. Tom Burrell gets a lot for his size, considering he's an undersized middle at 6'3". They leave it for Hilling. Oh, what a save by Cap. And Ferreter will dump it over after the initial dig. Free ball for New Jersey, and Matt Seifert makes them pay.
Total communication breakdown right there. The free ball, Hui Ding was under it. Nick West stepped in front of him and just overpassed the option right there. But, I mean, tremendous effort by Ferreter to turn and get that dig, and Cap to scoop it up out.
4-point lead for New Jersey as Burrell serves again. Another free ball potentially. Blocked back by New Jersey. Norman with the dig. Ferreter, he left it short. But a good run here for New Jersey to put that pressure on the Stunners.
It looks like Ferreter was thinking quick and tight on that big attack, and Elijah set him a little bit behind, still tried to turn it, and just went right into the net.
My partner, Noah Chast, who last year had a tryout, technically, with New Jersey. If you haven't seen the video, you should. It's probably the best 3 or 4 minutes of volleyball comedy you'll ever see.
I don't know about comedy.
It's partial comedy.
I mean, I'm still waiting on my callback for Freedom, but, for now I'll take my place here in the broadcast booth and on the sideline. But, you know my number, New Jersey. I'm always open.
If we need a third libero, we got one right here, standing to my right.
Put me in, Coach.
Oh, Norman laying out for that, but New Jersey running out of real estate. Corey Chavers with the useful spot.
And that's a lot of big bodies, a ball dropping between Seifert and Norman. Good on Joe for getting a hand on it, but not putting it in a spot anyone else can do anything with.
So 11-8 is the lead. Corey Chavers, the original server in this lineup. Ball in his hands, trying to See if you can regain some of that first set serving pressure for the OC Stunners. And saved here by Elias. They leave it for Hilling. That's blocked back with Chavers' one-handed dig. And again, Matt Hilling with that swipe from the right side gets the kill.
And I love the decision by Ignacio Roberts. Everything was thinking, go against the grain, switch the floor, go to your outside. He instead shoots it right back to Hilling, who was just blocked with the one-on-one opportunity, tooling the hands.
Now on paper, we expect this to be our match of the day on quarterfinal Friday here in Long Beach, California. Game 1 was all OC. New Jersey has come back with fury here, but Corey Chavers would have looked nice if it counted, but a 10-foot line violation.
And a fantastic break for New Jersey, something they absolutely need to capitalize on. Matt Prosser not agreeing with the call. He's going to challenge that Olivier was over the line. Or, not Olivier, was it Chavers?
Corey Chavers over the line, so Matt Prosser believes he was not.
And you know what? I do like this challenge by Prosser. I didn't really see the line itself, so I don't know if it was a good call or a bad call, but I think this is a good momentum stopper that could even go your way. Because this is a point in the game where New Jersey could maybe pull away and could even up this match, or you could flip the script, keep the pressure on them, and take things back.
Yeah, it's a good point by you, Noah, that win or lose the challenge, it does at least slow down this momentum for New Jersey. And you got 3 challenges to use. It's the second set. You haven't gone to the piggy bank yet. I don't believe we can show the challenge here.
No, we don't have the view of the challenge on our broadcast, but we do have several cameras on the court replaying this and with our head officials checking things out. And, I mean, Coach Matt Prosser, he had a pretty good angle at that line as well if he was keeping his eyes on the line and on the toes. So he seemed pretty confident in his call.
Nice to be back with you, by the way, after we were not on the air together in events 4 and 5. And then I was reminded during my cross-country ordeal yesterday just how challenging it is to get out here sometimes. It's not just for me, right?
Yeah.
I'm the only East Coast announcer. And calls reversed. They're saying Chavers was not over the line, and it goes down as a kill for Chavers. He just jumps really, really high.
Matt Prosser with the eagle eye saying, that toe was behind the line.
And Matt Prosser, we trust. I mean, Matt is the leader in our predictions in the house. He's got the announcer prediction challenge 1 this year, ripping the trophy out of my hands.
Oh, yeah, he's been locked in. And what's helped is he's always picked his stunners, and if any of us ever picked against the stunners, except for 1 time or 2 times, we would have been right. So,
yeah, Matt was coming into the last event of the year. He was 40 and 6 on the season of predictions. So Matt's been acutely aware of everything all season long, and that's a coach's point for sure, is now the deficit is just 1 at 11-10.
And what a huge swing that was, going from 12-9 to 11-10, but the serve put short by Chavers, so maybe the time off accidentally icing his own player.
Let's talk about the cross-country again. I'm the only announcer of the 4 of us that is coming cross-country, but you have New Jersey who's making those 6-hour flights. You got Puerto Rico. It might even be a longer trip. They're coming out here as well. Philadelphia and Southern Exposure, the other 2 East Coast teams, did not qualify for the postseason. First time, by the way, Southern Exposure has not since we've changed to the new format.
Just goes to show the talent in this league and the talent in these new franchises, both the San Diego Wild and Puerto Rico Pythons in their first year taking some of those playoff spots.
Here is Nick West, team down 1. Sam Schuldenberg now in at libero for New Jersey. Good pass, and Matt Seifert delivers.
And maybe trying to add a different spark, a different look defensively. Sam maybe a little bit quicker. We know he took a shot to the head last event, so it seems like he is all okay, cleared of any concussion protocol, and it's good to see him out there healthy and well.
And Sam could play, man. I mean, he's still very young in this league. He just turned 24 years old last week. Played for the Tornadoes last year in his debut and was just super reliable as Seifert misses the serve long. Substitution coming in here for New Jersey. Ignacio Roberts is out. Tanner Woods going to come in here. So for this rotation, hands, I believe, will belong to either Dang or Hilling. Hilling swipes at it. That's enough to keep it alive. Shavers to Olivier. Cap was there for it. And fair to reach out and stuff someone. Tanner Woods comes in, and that blocking substitution immediately paying dividends as he pairs up with Grant Maroki.
And you have to give credit to Corey Chavers just getting a hand on it, slowing it down enough to give his guys time to keep the play alive. And that's really all you need is time.
So Hilling now tied at 13. Tries to split the gap, nearly does, and then Tom Burrell just gas.
Someone like Tom Burrell, his relative short height in terms of the middle is almost deceptive as a blocker and defender because you can't really see him coming on that larger angle as well. He sort of elevates up and sneaks his way through.
So Joe Norman will serve. Logan Zodovich now in at setter after Hilling had hands for that one sub-rotation. Dang nearly gets decapitated, but keeps it alive. Woods is dug up by Cap. Cap! He's over the 10-foot line. And there won't be a challenge there.
There will be.
There will be a challenge. I don't think there should be a challenge there because I was watching with my own eyes and Cap was guilty.
Yeah, I didn't have eyes on the line myself. I was just watching Cap come in for that quick big set, elevating and really hanging up there. But before he took off, did he cross the plane of the line?
Cap was behind the line. He tried to hop back. He took that hop step back, it looked like. I don't know if he got back behind the 10-foot line in time. And unfortunately, we don't have a replay to look at, so we are going to trust Mike Mon and the eagle eyes of our officiating crew. Mike Mon, another one who's coming all the way from across the country.
There's another East Coaster for you.
I see Mike Mon all the time at Rutgers when I'm announcing games there in Great Garden State.
Mike Mon, one of the best in the biz.
He is.
Happy to have him looking over these challenges, looking over these replays.
Could also give you legal advice if you need it.
I'll keep his number just in case.
You never know. Yeah, that was a quick replay because the official saw the same thing I did. Loved the zip on the swing by Cap, but he was too far forward.
Yep. And now things are tied. How do the New Jersey Freedom respond? They took a lead. It's back and forth. Now the plane is even. How do you bounce back and get something going in serve receive with a tough server and Olivier back at the line?
Olivier, who you can make an argument for being the top rookie in the NVA this year. Left that one short, however. He joined the team, I think, for event number 3. And he's absolutely demonstrated his value. Immediately able to, not really have much of a learning curve. A lot of these guys, and we saw this particularly with the Utah Stingers with so many new guys in the lineup this year, a little bit of a learning curve trying to adjust from the collegiate to the pro level. And I know this isn't Italy. It's not Poland. It's not, one of your top 5 leagues, top 10 leagues in the world. But the talent in the NVA, the only true pro-American league, is continuing to get better and better. And as it does, these new guys coming in, there will be an adjustment period. Because guys like Ian Cap, who come from small schools that you may not have heard of, have the ability to do that. As we reach our technical timeout in game number 2, Cap with the kill, New Jersey with the 1-point lead. More to come.
back here in New Jersey. Freedom up 16-15 after that technical timeout. Tom Burrell to serve, and he leaves it short.
So tied yet again in what's been a significantly much more competitive second set. We knew, and Matt Prosser in his post-game interview after game one with Hill, he said it, that was an outlier. You are not going to see too many lopsided scores when these teams ever play.
It was, but when you drop one like that, like Freedom did, that really handicaps yourselves. Because sets like these are really coin toss, could go either way. But you're already playing down one set.
Joe Norman gets taken to rejection city. Nick West, Corey Chavers. As 3 one-time All-Stars meet at the net. And the Stunners lead for the first time in game number 2. Tanner Woods, his first year playing for the Stunners out of Vanguard. Good spot for Elias, who tries to dump it on one. And the Stunners are drawn into the tape.
Yep, Corey Chavers, hand up, admits, that was me, he got me. They read Elias's dump attempt. He just tried to press too hard and get to it too quick and caught himself in the net.
It's one thing to read it well, which they did, and quite frankly, Matt disguises it. It shows how keen these guys are, but you have to react so quickly, sometimes hard to lay off. Dug off the floor and cannot be saved, so Corey Chavers with another kill as he's able to fool this block.
And another miscommunication there for Freedom. Looks like Scholdenberg was all over it. Norman reaching out and touching him, maybe that was Seifert, and just causing some collision and a bit of a ping-pong pass.
So the Stunners again lead by 1. Corey Chavers with the honors. Coming over on 1, Nick West will play it. Olivier tools the block. And the OC Stunners have whittled a little deficit away. They now lead by 2 after trailing by 4. Timeout, New Jersey. Carlo Edger and squad, see if they can slow down this Stunner late press. More to come here in Long Beach. Back here courtside, 2-point lead for the Stunners, trying to take a 2-0 lead in this NVA National Conference quarterfinal. Scholdenberg with a tough pass. Norman goes right after Olivier. A little tight to the antenna. Here's Ian Cap. Oh, what an angle! Insanity!
Ian Cap just chiseling it down the angle off of Nick West's elbow almost.
Ian Cap, who was basically pulled behind our official, is able to hit it 4-4 at what, the 3-foot line? Just insanity from Ian Cap. New Jersey now down 1 as Cap serves away, and he lands the ace. Back to back, cap to cap, and we're all even at 19.
Coach Matt Prosser not sure his bench signaling out. Corey Chavers saying, no, that's in, don't waste the challenge.
And that is the value that he brings. For him, it's tough trying to balance his indoor career and his grass career. You see the grass career helping indoors with that last kill and the service pressure that he applies. Hilling, able to preserve it, but he has an awkward landing here. And then Norman got stuck. And an easy block down by West and Olivier.
Yeah, that pass by Cap sort of went between Norman and Elias. Elias able to get hands on it, but not really a workable set. And then Norman just sort of stuck underneath the block.
Yeah, even at 6'10", not much Joe could have done there to avoid 2 outstanding blockers, and the Stunners
Maybe just a Kendall Rat or a full power approach swing there. That's kind of all he could do.
Standing flat-footed?
Just standing flat-footed and let it rip.
One of the finest kills we've seen all year as Nick West will serve. Good pass by Schuldenberg, and Norman says block this. Joe Norman ties it at 20-20.
And a point like that is just as much a point for libero Sam Schuldenberg. Taking that jump serve, passing a dime, giving Elias all three options, and setting Norman up with a single block and able to detonate.
Matt Seifert, he missed his last serve. This a big one now. Race to 5 in game 2. Roberts going to leave it for Olivier, and he splits everybody. Cap says that's my bad, but that's all Spencer Olivier with good court vision.
Yep, finding the gaps in the block, finding the gaps on the floor. Cap feels he was out of position. Olivier knew it, took advantage.
So here's Matt Hilling. Goes after Schuldenberg. Cap, Hilling swipes at it and able to keep it alive.
What a set.
Reach out and stuff someone. Joe Norman and Tom Burrell. Spencer Olivier got caught there after a great save by the OC Stunners.
And in system, that set's in a perfect spot, but it's out of system, and that gave Norman and Burrell just time to sit there, camp, and get over.
Once that big high pass came, you knew it was going to Olivier, and like you said, they were able to camp out. And we're all square at 21 for Joe Norman. Give it back to Olivier, and he's not going to miss twice. He's too good for that.
And this speaks to the skill of Olivier. Cap was now shaded to his left, ready for that cross shot. He goes off fingertips, middle back, Cap's out of position again. He's a hard guy to try and read and defend.
Olivier brings so much to this OC Stunners squad. That dynamic that they were missing in their championship pushes of last year. Farrader swinging away. Nacho Roberts able to run it down. There's Corey Chavers, but Sam Schuldenberg read it well. Norman tooling the block. Maroki and Chavers were set up, but Joe Norman, just too much gas. So we're tied again at 22.
And we're seeing the rookie, the newcomer Olivier, make his impact, and the newcomer for New Jersey, Jared Ray, back on the court for the first time in this set, looking to make an impact from the service line.
Jared Ray, maybe defense in the area to work on, but his service pressure, certainly one of the better on this New Jersey squad. Takes something off there. Hilling swinging away, and he tools the block for the kill. Hilling doing a good job recognizing that the block's going up on the pin, got it off 2 sets of hands.
And again, another relatively undersized block for Freedom. That was Cap on the pin and Burrell in the middle, so not two of their larger players.
2-point lead, correction, 1-point lead, 23-22, as Graham Maroki serves. Ian Cap, Chavers pokes that to keep it alive. They leave it for Chavers, and he misses wide. Chavers went up, tried to tip it over the block, and just couldn't catch that line. And it was 23-23. What a second set. As we will see Matt Buffum come in. They're going to challenge whether that was in or out.
So from my angle, I thought it touched the line. There was a lot of sort of confused but confident faces on the Stunners where it looked into them, but they weren't definite. And they talked to Prosser, Coach Matt Prosser, and said, hey, you know, we think it was in. And he's won his first challenge. He's going to go for another one.
They still have all 3 because they won the first challenge and nothing to lose. Late here in this set. Listen, they lose the challenge. It's still tied 23, but now they're icing the server for New Jersey.
Exactly. Another challenge I support. And, again, from my angle up top here in the booth, it looked like it caught that line. Clearly a better angle up on the ref stand. They all felt the same on the Stunners side, that we think it was in. It looked like it should have been in. But I didn't see anyone sternly say, no, challenge that. I know it's in. But taking a roll of the dice anyway.
This is a worthwhile risk if you're the OC Stunners. Our line judge on the Stunners side of the net, looking right down that line, had a good vantage point.
And how big is this point, right? This could be the difference in a set that would make it either a 2-0 lead for the Stunners, 2 sets to none, or a 1-1 split, sending us into at least the 4th set. So this is as crucial a challenge as any.
We have Nick England, the fourth member of our crew, in the replay booth right now.
Monitoring.
Obviously overseeing the operations.
Backseat driving a little bit. No, right there, stop.
I'm waiting to see a reaction from Nick one way or the other so we can get a preview of what this call is.
It's definitely going to be a tough call. So from what we're gathering from Nick England, the call on the floor stands, the ball is out, but they're now looking for a touch on the blockers of New Jersey.
Now that I'm not as confident about as whether it was in or out. And, well, the replay confirms the call on the court, and New Jersey will have side out tied 23-23. We'll have a substitution. Tom Burrell, who already has an ace in this set, will come out for a moment, and fan favorite Matt Buffum,
who came in to serve last set and served into the net on game point. So a similar situation here.
Seifert with the block back. They leave it for Chavers. Reach out and stuff someone. Matt Seifert, Matt Elias. New Jersey leads by 1. They have set point when we return. Timeout, OC Stunners. Set point coming up for New Jersey after the big block from Matt Seifert, who Nick England reminded us is the NVA's block leader coming into the quarterfinals. Set point for New Jersey, but Corey Chavers with the kill, and we'll play into extra points at 24 all.
And I brought this point up with Matt Prosser last match, and Matt Buffum, a tremendous defender. But if you have that opportunity where the libero's off the court and it's a middle instead, I would always attack that line or attack that angle and put the ball in their court to see if they can make a play.
Nasio Roberts, your server. Here's Ian Cap against 3 blockers, able to get the touch. When you need a point, you need consistency. You got Ian Cap and you got Joe Norman to choose from. That's really rich for New Jersey experience-wise.
And Cap mad at himself for that pass, not able to push it to his setter, had to go to the libero. You knew he was going to try and make up for it with that swing, and he did just that.
Matt Elias nearly an ace on set point number 2. And Corey Chavers trying for the high hands, hits it into Pasadena, and New Jersey Freedom able to survive a late comeback for them here in game number 2, 26-24. And our second quarterfinal of the weekend is all knotted at 1 set apiece. No, wow, what a comeback for New Jersey. They trailed by 2 as we approached the 20-point level. And you know what? At the end, the experience of New Jersey against some pretty experienced players for the Stunners, enough.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see. And what I hope now from both sides is that sort of energy of, a beat-down win in first set or a beat-down loss for Freedom. That's all gone now. 2 sets done, split 1 apiece. It's a game to 3, and just let these guys play with really no pressure on them.
So 1 set apiece. Game 3 coming up next here in Long Beach. Stay with us. A lot more exciting quarterfinal action to come. Well, when you have two of the best coaches in the NVA battling it out here, Matt Prosser and Carlo Edra, you know that they're going to find ways to tweak their teams to get results that they need. Haley Henderson will stand by with Carlo Edra, head coach of New Jersey Freedom, after New Jersey is able to take game number 2.
We have head coach Carlo here. Carlo, tell us what advice you were giving to your team before coming into today.
I think it's our matches against the Stunners are the same every time. It's whoever wins the serve and pass battle. And, which team passed better was the team that won the sets today.
What was the difference between set 1 and 2, and what would you like to continue?
I think we were a little bit safer on serve receive. We weren't trying to dime every ball. If the ball was coming at us hard and away from our bodies, we just got to get it up there so Elias can get his hands on the ball. As long as our setter's touching the ball with his hands, we should be okay.
I know. Well, best of luck. We'll keep it short and sweet. Get you back to business. Thank you. Back to you guys.
And back to business indeed. 1 set apiece. New Jersey, after getting routed, quite frankly, no other way to say it, in game number 1, 25-18. It was never even that close.
No.
They were down 21-11 before putting something together late. Well, they were challenged in game number 2. They led by 4, 10-6. The Stunners, as you expected, bounced back. Were able to take a 21-19 lead. New Jersey came back 22, 23, tied 24, and then pulled off the last 2 points. Just the unwillingness to roll over there.
Absolutely, and Coach Carlo Edra mentioned that serve and serve receive battle. So let's take a look at the statistics. New Jersey, after 2 sets, passing at a 39%. Stunners, only 40%. Both not really great, but 1% better. In terms of aces to errors, Stunners with 5 aces, 3 errors. Freedom the inverse, 3 aces, 5 errors.
Game number 1, New Jersey at just a 26% passing rate, though. They cleaned it up to 50% in game 2. That's a much better winning percentage as Joe Norman swipes the block. He pulls a Matt Hilling.
And I think you'll see a lot more confident and free-flowing Freedom team in these later sets now that they're all even. That first set is flushed away, and they can just go out and play.
9th kill for Joe Norman. They leave it for Hilling down the line. And he does catch the line, says our floor official. Our R2 says yes, so Matt Hilling picks up his 8th kill. Good balance for the Stunners. 9 kills from Corey Chavers, now 8 apiece from Hilling and Spencer Olivier. And it'll be Chavers.
A lot of balance, from the Freedom side as well. But we're used to seeing Ray really rack up the kills in this season so far.
Tell you what, Sam Schuldenberg, since he's come on in place of a very competent John Cunningham, has been just lights out defensively playing libero for New Jersey as Cap uncorks a kill.
Yeah, Schuldenberg's been terrific, and Cunningham, like you said, a very competent and very skilled libero. Just didn't seem sharp out there, wasn't moving quickly, and sometimes you just need a change. And when you have that depth at libero like Freedom does, why not make it?
Big serve by Cap. Dang passes it. Hilling able to tool the block of Ferreter and league block leader Matt Seifert. So Matt Hilling, yet another kill. That's his 9th.
That one off the arms of Seifert, the league leading blocker, and he wants that one back. He knows he should put that to the floor.
Matt Seifert at 6'10", the former Penn State Nittany Lion great. One of 2 great Penn State greats in this match. Other one standing to my right.
Yeah, we are.
Well, you are. I'm not. As Ferreter misses that wide.
And I don't know if he's here today, but don't forget Kevin Gear, a member of the OC Stunners, another Nittany Lion.
I call a lot of Penn State men's volleyball matches out east, so the more Nittany Lions, the better.
One of the stronger, if not strongest, East Coast volleyball programs in the country.
Always been a fan of what they've been able to do in Happy Valley. And they produced you, so they've done something right. Seifert couldn't put that one down. Quick return for Olivier. And then Joe Norman has a lot of real estate to work with for his 10th kill.
That went off the hand on sound and movement. Sounded like it was going to go out and felt like it was. Caught that back line. Had more of a pop than a smack off his hand. Still kept it in the court. Tying things 3-3.
So Matt Seifert played for Penn State great head coach Mark Pavlik, one of the great coaches in NCAA history. He's the server on this rotation, but Hilling, again, he has real estate to work with. Entire back corner to squeeze that into. That's the 10th kill for Matt Hilling in 13 swings. And again, he's done a little bit of everything in this match. He can take hands when necessary. He serves well, as we just saw. Joe Norman. Did he get a touch on this? Officials say no.
And I didn't see one either. That was similar to the last swing where it wasn't really strong hand contact. Heard that pop and it floated back row or out of bounds, and I did not see any touch. And this is a smart challenge to keep in your pocket because I don't think they would not win it.
Carl Edrick came up to the line like he thought about challenging it, and they talked about it briefly and decided no. 5-3 is the score. Almost put down by Burrell, but a great stab at it by Hilling. They go to Burrell a second time, and Dang gets dinged.
Tremendous setting choice by Matt Elias. Set Tom Burrell. It's Doug. Free ball chance. Right back in transition. Go back to Burrell. Don't give that defense any time to reset.
Don't sleep on Tom Burrell. 3 kills now in 4 swings. He was 2 for 2 before that series there. 5-4 is the score. Big Joe Norman. He misses long.
That's now, including swings, 3 miss hits in a row by Joe Norman. The first was a kill, second was out, now the serve is out. So look for him to try and right the ship and make some better hand contact.
Spencer Olivier, 8 kills coming into the set, 2 aces. The Stunners, after having 5 aces in game 1, none in game number 2. And here's a kill for Tim Ferreter, his third.
Knocks over a cane in the crowd. Come on, Tim. Respect your elders. All is well. The fan was sitting down, and the cane has been retrieved.
Grandma didn't seem phased at all. It's like this has happened before.
I bet she's watched a few volleyball matches in her day and knows what comes with the territory.
As Ferreter left that one short. So 7-5 Stunners. And Grant Maroki, the server here. Tough pass by Schuldenberg. Joe Norman and Olivier with the hands. Chavers right at Sam Schuldenberg. Cap. That's blocked back. Oh, Matt Elias. Sneaky Matt Elias for the kill.
Schuldenberg all over that play with the pass and serve receive, covering Cap's swing, and then Elias taking care of business himself.
Listen, he had it open. Middle didn't come over to close it out. Why not?
Hand in the cookie jar.
And Burrell, just misses deep corner.
Really trying to place it in that back corner. Hard spot to hit and just misses it.
So Ignacio Roberts, who's playing overseas, his return to the lineup certainly helps solidify this offense for the OC Stunners as Ian Cap with another kill. But Ignacio Roberts, you can make a case that in the second half of the year he's been the best setter in the NVA.
Absolutely. I mean, we're looking at on this court the 2 all-star setters for the national team, National League.
Matt West, of course, from Las Vegas, who is here this weekend. Certainly in that conversation, deservingly so. But Ignacio, if anything, is consistent. Hilling, I think that was off of Seifert's head.
That's what it looked like.
That's what it sounded like. Ball had a different kind of sound. Didn't sound like hand, sounded like dome.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who's been hit in the head while playing, I think both of us can attest to that, knows it sounds differently when it's your own dome.
Yeah, I just took one to the face a week ago playing grass over in Portland, so I'm well familiar.
I saw the highlights of you playing on the IG. I was impressed, Noah.
Oh,
you
thank
still
you.
got some game left, buddy.
A little bit.
No, I haven't played grass in like 15 years, and I'm trying to get my daughter junior, going into high school, starting outside on one of the best teams in New Jersey. She tried beach, just wasn't for her. So I'm trying to get her in the grass, especially seeing how it has impacted games of like Ian Cap and some others professionally. It just makes you such more of a nimble player.
The Freedom are the walking embodiment of that. Playing grass, playing sand, just becoming a better all-around volleyball player can help you gain so many skills and tricks when you come back to the indoor court and play a certain position. Because outside, you're passing, you're blocking, you're setting, you're hitting, you're doing everything. So you're really just getting better at the sport of volleyball, becoming a better athlete.
Shout out to the Colts Neck High School Cougars, if any of them are watching out in New Jersey.
Let's go Cougs.
Pass by Schuldenberg. Norman, but closed out by Roberts. They leave it for Matt Hilling, and he splits Ferreter and Cypher for the kill. 3-point lead for the Stunners.
Nick West, a dangerous man at the service line, looking to give his Stunners a bigger lead.
Nick West is just a dangerous man in general.
That's a foot fault.
That was not only a foot fault, that was an entire foot over the line fault. Nick West line of skateboards are also available. If you're out here in Long Beach, come by Long Beach City College. Nick West owns his own skateboard line, available for sale here throughout the NVA championship. I can't risk it at my age. I might break a hip, but they look cool. That's going to sail off the court, but Cheevers has enough real estate to run it down, and it's freed over. Nice and high to recover. They leave it for Joe Norman. There's no more second chances.
Fantastic setting decision right there. Tom Burrell coming in quick in the middle. Back set to Norman, one-on-one block. That's all day for Joe.
So Norman well into double figures in kills now, but a lot of credit to Corey Chavers using every ounce of real estate he had. Bulldozes through the Utah Stingers squad sign there as that goes long. I guess the Stingers don't need that sign anymore as their season came to a close in 4 sets. A tough match against the San Diego Wild in our first quarterfinal. So San Diego as a debut season team.
Oh,
and
Sam.
Schuldenberg gets caught for the A's by Matt Hilling.
Similar to what we saw from Corey Chavers on the backline earlier in defense.
Couldn't get out of the way.
Couldn't get out of the way. These balls are moving so fast, it doesn't really maybe seem like it when you're watching the stream or even watching from where we're seeing. On the court, that ball's moving quick.
So San Diego in their first year in the NBA on to the semifinals. One of these teams will be the second team. Tom Burrell and company hope it's them.
And a very rare volleyball nutmeg going on the floor through the legs of Matt Hilling.
And just to show the level of competitiveness, how much better the league has gotten this year, boggles my mind that either New Jersey or the OC Stunners, one of them, their season's over today. One of these great franchises is not going to be playing tomorrow in the semifinals, as that is long.
Yup, it's unfortunate for both of these two teams that they face each other in the first round, but there's really not an easy path in this league, especially in the National Conference. I mean, you got the Tyrants, the 1 seed, the Pythons who surged late, and these two teams, half of them are not playing another round, and that's a shame, but it is how the cookie crumbles.
Cookie has gotten a lot tastier this year as Ferreter puts away another kill, closes the deficit to 2. I mean, last year we were dealing sometimes with some half-baked cookies. This year, my God, they're tasty.
Now these are Mama's homemade chocolate chip. This is the good stuff.
We got some extra chocolate chips this season. And woo! Grant Maroki taking a big bite of that cookie.
Dunking one of that to the floor like a cookie and a glass of milk. All right, enough with the cookie talk. I'm getting hungry.
Brownies next. Here's Maroki, 3-point lead for the Stunners in Game 3. They leave it for Burrell, and that's going to fall off the court. Burrell tooling the block. Power of Burrell closes it to 2. His 4th kill.
And I'm still waiting to see from New Jersey, whether it's in this set or set 4, however this ends, to see Jared Ray back in this match. I know he did not have a great first set, but he's too big of a difference maker to leave off the court with your season on the line.
As Hilling, 10-foot line violation, Side out, New Jersey. They will not challenge this one. And it's tough. I mean, what is more valuable at this point? Is it the fact that Ray can take over a match offensively, or is it Cap's defense? And when you have Cap out there, it's not like you're putting yourself in a bad position offensively. Cap finds ways to score. He's a tough server. For an outside in this league, he's up there in terms of the best defensive outsides in the league.
Yeah, no, and it's a hard struggle, and I'll say what I said between sets. Actually, we're going to take a quick timeout, and I'll bring this point.
Tactical timeout here in game number 3.
I will circle back to this point after a quick break.
So after the technical timeout, 2-point lead. Nasio Roberts, ball in his hands. Run down by Schuldenberg, over on 1. Shavers misses just long by an eyelash.
And I were just to finish the point I was making before that technical timeout, it's a hard balance, right? Do you want that defense and that consistent passing from your outsides, or do you want someone explosive? And Ferreter and Cap, both explosive, both defensively sound. Again, if I were running this team right now, I would leave Cap in and put in Ray for Ferreter. Not that Ferreter's not capable. He's a fantastic passer. But I think the defense Cap brings and the height and offense that Ray brings is the combination needed to beat a Stunners team that can bounce balls like that.
And when Matt Hilling's able to hit it over Joe Norman, if you get it over Joe Norman, you can hit it over anybody in this league. And Matt Hilling now in double figures and kills himself.
And I don't know if that went quite over him, but maybe, outside of him down the line.
If it was outside of him, it was in a very small window because Norman didn't leave much real estate to swing at.
No, fantastic shot by Hilling.
And Norman left that one short.
And that's a mistake you can't make right there. Not a perfect pass, not a perfect set, but you cannot put 100% swing into the bottom of the tape in a 3-point game like that.
After the miss by Norman, timeout New Jersey. They trail by 3. Stunners looking for a 2-1 lead on our quarterfinals. More to come. So New Jersey with work to do, down 3. You have a 2-1 lead in the match statistically. Chances of you winning pretty high we've seen over the years. Not impossible to come back from a 2-1 deficit. New Jersey won the first meeting of the year between these teams in 4 sets. The Stunners the last time out in 5 as Seifert with the kill coming out of the timeout.
Great play through the middle for Seifert after that timeout, but Stunner is really in a comfortable spot. I know it's only a 2-point lead, but the way they're playing, the way they're serving, I think this is a spot where Coach Matt Prosser likes to see his team.
It's something to note that this is the first time this year that both these teams were at basically full strength when they met on the court. When New Jersey beat the Stunners 3-1 back on April 9th, a lot of the Stunners' top players had not returned from their international obligations. New Jersey was missing Ian Cap, among others, when they met on July 7th. Cap not at full strength. So today we're really in this long battle. These teams met in the playoffs last year as well. They know each other so darn well. And to be able to fight it out, as Ferreter puts it away, with all their manpower, all their weapons, that's what you want to see as a volleyball fan.
And I can't commend the effort of Sam Scholdenberg enough. A brilliant pass, setting up his offense to really do whatever they wanted. Ferreter putting it away on the angle.
And how could you not love Sam Scholdenberg? Didn't play scholarship collegiately. He played club at Loyola Chicago, one of the top programs in the country on the varsity side, and has been able to transition his game to excel here professionally. Norman with the power tip off the block comes back. They leave it here for Ferreter, and he finds a gap between three players. New Jersey bouncing back within one.
And Ferreter from the court looking to shut me up and tell me, hey, I am an offensive threat on this court. I'm going to get it done from the pin from the front row.
Tim Ferreter heard you. He was like, don't doubt me, Noah Chest.
I'm sorry, Tim.
Apology probably accepted.
And congrats to Tim. You recently got married just a weekend ago.
Former homecoming king, now a married man. And able to put that one down? No, because Corey Chaver stabs at it to keep it alive. New Jersey to try to tie it, and they do! Tom Burrell! And we're even at 19 with another New Jersey comeback.
Chaver's just making tremendous defensive efforts in the back row for OC. But New Jersey taking care of business when the free ball comes to their side of the net.
And the OC Stunners, after leading by 3, see it whittle away. Matt Prosser calls timeout. We will as well. 19-19 when we return to Long Beach. So a brand new set as these teams will now race to 6. 19-19, Matt Seifert, the ball in his hands. Oh, and Seifert drops it in for an ace. It doesn't look like much. It's a line drive float, but he's able to pick his spots with it. And New Jersey leads 20-19.
Not something you see every play. The middle float serve ace. Seifert dialing it up at the right time.
And New Jersey with 4 points in a row. Seifert goes after Dang this time. Hilling swinging away. Covered here by Chavers. Again, it's Hilling. This time Norman able to cover it. Cap swinging away, and he tools the block 5 in a row as New Jersey ringing strong here in Game 3.
Well, speaking of things we don't see every play, Joe Norman getting down and dirty on the floor to scoop up that tip, and then a gorgeous back set from Elias to the back row attack from Cap. Stunners now against the wall.
Joe Norman might be 6'10", man, but he's a guy who's closing in on 30, if not already there. He's still pretty versatile in terms of his ability to get down and cover ground.
And I'll tell you, this man stretches pregame and postgame as much as anyone I've ever seen, so he makes sure his body is in the right shape to do so.
The two right sides that look more healthy this year than last year by a lot, as that misses just long to end the run, is Big Joe Norman for New Jersey, and then, of course, Jair Santiago, who last year was dealing with injuries all season. If we're picking an MVP in the league this year, Jair's in that conversation.
Well, and don't you forget about Ryan Mather on the right side for the Texas Tyrants.
Well, I said he's in the conversation. I didn't say he was the conversation. Reach out and stuff someone. Fairder gets blocked as the double sub of Shane Beamer and Tanner Woods ties it at 21. And Matt Prosser's decision late, paying dividends. Timeout, New Jersey. 21-21. Don't go anywhere. This is a fun one.
Well, Ira, this is shaping up into exactly the match we wanted to see. Here we are, tied at sets, tied 21-21, Hilling with the jump serve.
Cap, tough serve for him. Tom Burrell dug off the net by Shane Beamer. Spencer Olivier blocked back by Joe Norman on the triple block. They leave it for Olivier again. On a collision there, Scholdenberg, I think, hit Cap in the head as he slid through, and Spencer Olivier with perfect placement for the kill.
And that's a ball where maybe Scholdenberg, not used to every outside being able to get there, trying to do it himself. That's a ball Cap had in his lap. So just little communication things. They played a bunch this season, but different players, Scholdenberg and Cap, have missed certain events, so that's just one of those, I got it, you got it, things that need to be ironed out. But really no time for that here, as they're down 22-21. Hilling looking to serve again.
It's really hot in this facility here at Long Beach City College. Air conditioning is on, but, I don't know how much you can do with it being close to 90 degrees outside in a facility this big as they wipe out the perspiration. New Jersey had scored 5 in a row. The Stunners have now countered with 3 in a row, and they've taken the lead 22-21. And just clips the nylon.
That was centimeters away from rolling over the top tape.
Logan Zodovich in at setter now. 22 all, second set in a row. We've been all even at this juncture. And Joe Norman just couldn't find the court.
He has been struggling from the service line.
Spencer Olivier to serve, 23-22, and he unleashes his third ace. And the OC Stunners have stormed back. They have scored 5 of the last 6 points, and they have 2 set points in their pocket.
An excellent time for that off-speed jump serve there by Olivier. Cap back on his heels, ready for the hard-driven ball, hard-driven serve. Just goes a little short on him.
Second team All-American for Long Beach just a few months ago. This is how he has started his professional career. And he looks for a third set win here with another tough serve. Elias able to run it down. Fairder cross court. Stunners can win it here, but Norman digs up Chavers. Cap from the back row, he misses wide. And despite the 5-point run for the New Jersey Freedom, the OC Stunners hold late, and they take game 3, 25-22, and they lead our brilliant quarterfinal 2-1. Stunners look to stamp a ticket to the semifinals when we return for game 4 here in Long Beach. Stay with us. courtside in Long Beach, California. Ira Thor, Noah Chast, Haley Henderson, the third member of our crew. Nick England and Matt Prosser are also along for the ride, but Nick's a little tired from the San Diego match, and Matt Prosser's on a little busy coaching right now, trying to get his team to the semifinals for the 4th year in a row. And despite hitting just 43% in that last set, they were able to survive late. New Jersey had a 16-9 edge in kills in that third set, but the Stunners made less mistakes, and it was simple as that. And
on mistakes, right on cue, Ira, what jumps out to me is Team Freedom, 17 service errors total now through 3 sets to the Stunners 13. Joe Norman, 3 in just that 1 set. So 3 times he's ending his own service run, his own point run for the Freedom. And you give the Stunners room like that, errors like that, they're going to capitalize.
So it's now or never for New Jersey, and they'll start off with now as Seifert puts it away. Matt Seifert, again, the blocks leader in the NVA, but do not sleep on his offense when he gets a set he can work with. Now 6 kills and 7 swings.
Looks like both teams sticking with the same lineups. Roberts, Chavers, Ding, Olivier, Hilling, and West for the Stunners.
Cap takes something off of that. Good pass by Ding. Blocked straight up in the air, and Nick West not going to miss there.
On the Freedom side, still Scholdenberg, Cap, Ferreter, Seifert, Norman, and Elias.
Scholdenberg, tough serve there by Olivier. And Ferreter tooling the block. Good job by Norman to lay off of that one.
Every ounce of discipline in his veins to not reach out and grab that one. That was me. I'm probably sticking an arm out and then cursing at myself.
So Seifert, the serve, had a big ace in game 3. Not enough for New Jersey. Just missing there.
And great decision by Ding to follow it all the way to the line and let it float long. Again, discipline, both sides of the net right now.
2-2 here in game 4. Nick West serving for the Stunners. Left it short. West already has an ace in this match. Came into the day as the ace leader among middles in the NVA.
Norman at the service line. Not his best serving set in that set 3. Let's see how he responds.
And again, Norman, just as you talked about as we transition to game number 4, 3 errors in game number 3. Now you have to think about maybe a service substitution here when he's serving.
A serving sub, maybe if you're Norman, you change up your serve, you go to a standing float, you do something different. The jump serve is not hitting where it needs to right now.
And it's hurting the team. It's a guaranteed point for the Stunners. Now, fortunately, he's able to make up for it there with the attack from the back row. Joe Norman now leading the way for New Jersey with 12 kills. It's 5 more than anybody else. Matt Hilling vying for his 3rd straight man of the match honors for the OC Stunners with 13 kills right now, hitting 60%.
Got a strong case.
Grant Maroki able to tool Tom Burrell there for the kill. 3rd kill for Grant Maroki, who's hasn't been used a lot, just his 6th attack of the match. Mentioning that, I thought you and I couldn't make event number 5, so they were a little short-handed in the booth. Nick West was a guest for Nick England as the Nick and Nick show broadcast event number 5. Just long by a cap, so Nick West so versatile.
I think anytime you can get Nick West on camera, on a mic, really on anything, you jump on the opportunity. Such a unique and interesting and hilarious individual that can never get enough of him. Did a feature story on Nick last year and his unique elbow situation that makes him such a great blocker. He doesn't have his elbow sort of bend in an untraditional way. It allows him to put his arms in spots that most middles can't. So if you want to see that, that is on our YouTube. Nick West. Look up NVA Nick West.
Wonder if that would help him, pull like a Houdini and escape like one of those jackets in a cage filled with water.
Maybe.
Just try it out sometime.
I wouldn't put it past Nick West.
Controlled environment, of course. Off the top of the tape, which we believe may not be made out of nylon after all, one of the fans said in the chat. It goes back to West again. Somebody got the net. I believe it was Burrell.
No, it looks like what they're going to call. Elias was going up to set the ball, but the ball broke the plane of the net. Stunners attacked the ball as well. They're calling a back row attack on Elias.
Yep.
He's trying to argue that it was on his side and they were interfering with the set, but ball clearly over the plane.
Good eyes by you there, Noah. That is indeed what Joe in the chair called. And as they wipe up the perspiration on the court, the Stunners trying to bounce back from 1 point deficit. Very good fourth set. Third set was entertaining. In fact, this has been a great match if you throw away that opening set, which was putrid if you're a New Jersey fan. Fantastic if you're an Orange County fan.
And I'd say somewhere in the middle if you're just an NVA fan watching for the enjoyment. You want to see these two teams at their best, and that was not New Jersey's best. But sets 2, 3, and so far in 4 have been just that.
Our third match, which will be coming up next, you would figure that Las Vegas Ramblers are heavily favored over the Matadors. No touch there by Burrell. The last match of the day, it could go either way. You expect the Texas Tyrants to be the favorite of that match. You can't sleep on Puerto Rico.
Absolutely
They've
not.
won 4 of the last 6 matches to make the postseason in their first year, but they don't have all their pieces this weekend. And can Jair Santiago put up together another 35-point match?
Whoa.
As that is freed over here. A little miscommunication. Maroki took it. Olivier, Cap with the dig. They leave it for Ian Cap, and a rare miss. And the Stunners have collected 3 in a row to take a 10-9 lead.
Cap and Elias going with that quick set to the back row that they've done a couple times in this match. Cap trying to cut it, kind of catch the Stunners off guard, cut it a little bit too much, send it wide.
So Nick West on his third pot of coffee of the match. And he lands the ace. Secret to volleyball is being well caffeinated. And Nick West is.
And not very often you see back-to-back errors by a player like Ian Cap. First the swing out of bounds, now getting aced by Nick West.
I don't know how much of an error that was for Cap or just great placement by big Nick West.
You could argue every point in volleyball is an error on someone.
That perhaps an error there as another ace, back-to-back Nick West as he splits Schulderberg and Cap. And New Jersey's got to call a timeout here. 12-9 Stunners trying to win this in 4 sets, have the advantage when we return. After the New Jersey timeouts, now or never for the Freedom. They have to stop this bleeding. 5 in a row for the Stunners.
And they've got their best passers out on the floor, so no one really to sub in. Maybe Milnazic, a very solid serve receive passer, but you have faith in Schuldenberg, Cap, and Ferreter. They just have to make a play.
Woo! Free ball right into the wheelhouse. Tim Ferreter blows it down.
Now that's a sort of gift that can fire a team up. Joe Norman pounding it off the block, and it sits there pretty for Ferreter to take no time at all and send it back to the floor. Here's Norman with another jump serve attempt. This one's in.
And Nacho, not enough real estate. Ace by Joe Norman. He has worked out the kinks you were concerned about.
Yup, and does this wake him up from the service line? Give him some more freedom, some more comfortability to let it rip. Our technical director says, for sure. Let's see what he does from the line.
Norman trying to tie it here.
Not a great toss.
Well, he's able to at least keep it in play. And then Spencer Olivier, I should say, over the top there for the kill. So useful timeout for New Jersey as they're able to put 2 points back to back. Cut it within one. And now Matt Hilling, who's been outstanding in this one to serve. Better pass by Cap. Tom Burrell, he caught the top of the tape to slow it down. And then Spencer Olivier ignites.
You give Olivier a one-on-one block, ton of angle to work with. He's going to take that all day long.
Spencer Olivier in double figures in kills, third member of the Stunners today, along with Hilling. And Corey Chavers, 3-point lead again. Tough serve. Able to save it and then dumped over. Quickly to Olivier, tooling the block, and now the Stunners have put their foot on the gas. It's 15-11.
And it's really been a breakdown of serve-receive, like Carlo Edra mentioned, between sets 1 and 2, or sets 2 and 3, rather. Stunners serving freedom off the court, not able to get in system, giving Stunners tons of opportunities, free balls, one-on-one blocks. Everything's going the Stunners' way.
So again, it is a little warm here inside Long Beach City College. 4-point lead for the Stunners, trying to win in 4 in the rubber match between these teams this season. Elias tries to poke it deep, run down by Corey Chavers. Poked up by Ferreter. They leave it for Joe Norman. That's blocked back. Second chance, Tom Burrell. Maroki was waiting for it. Norman another try. And off the shoulder of Ding for the side out.
Great defensive effort by the entire Freedom team, keeping that ball alive, and great blocking effort by the Stunners. Able to finally throw to Norman, who goes down the line and catches Ding in the shoulder.
Important serve here by Ferreter. Team down 3, and he misfires. Cannot miss there. And now New Jersey, the big hill to climb, down 4 as we are in the last half of this 4th set. With very good server and Spencer Olivier, 3 aces already. Announcer's jinx.
He gives it right back to Ferreter and Freedom, says, all right, we can all forget about this one. Let's play on. Three-point deficit, not undoable, but with this Stunners team, hard to climb back from.
And another miss for New Jersey when they can't have it. Rookie serving up by 4. Cap. Swinging away, Maroki with the dig. From the back row, Olivier with a roll shot. And a useful spot, and the OC Stunners making a statement now here in Game 4, leading by 5.
I mean, what a dig by Maroki, just eating that one in the chest. Norman seems to be slow to get up after diving for that one.
And one that they couldn't let fall at this point, but is Joe Norman worse for wear?
And you might have been able to hear it. It sounded like he took a pretty hard thud going down for that ball. Holding, it looks like, his side or his waist. Very large man taking a very hard fall, diving for that ball. We have our training staff out there now checking in on him.
So as the trainers work on Joe Norman, we'll take a break. See if Joe Norman could continue. New Jersey trailing by 5. Come back now, or the Stunners are off to the semifinals. More to come. Well, it's appropriate that Joe Norman wears a red, white, and blue bandana when he's out on the court, because he is tough. He is American tough. That New Jersey freedom in his veins. He will remain in this match despite being banged up. And Freedom need him right now offensively. They leave it for Ian Cap. Down the line. Oh, he finds the only spot he could swing at. And a much, much needed side out here for New Jersey.
And he points down the line, I think, at Matt Prosser, Matt Hilling, and everyone on the Stunners side said, that's in, that's on the line. And you love to see that fire and that energy, but is it too little, too late? Down 4 points in the fourth set.
They leave it for Nick West, dug up by Elias. And Ferder's going to send it over. New Jersey trying to reset now. From the back row, Olivier. Read well by Joe Norman. Ian Cap, back to back, off of Hilling's shin, comes over, and Cap immediately puts it back unreturnable.
Ian Cap trying to do it himself.
So that's 2 in a row for New Jersey after the Joe Norman injury timeout. Corey Chavers with the answer.
And Chavers just elevates so high over there on that left side pin, able to survey the whole floor, hit that sharp angle.
Chavers 6'4", can touch top of the pin, so you can see how explosive he is. And Robert's your server. They leave it for Cap. Elias standing out of bounds, able to dig it up, and then Cap tooling the block. Cap did not have anything to swing at. The window was closing and still was able to tool the block for the side out. 3-point deficit still for New Jersey to try to overcome, just to force a 5th set. Cap takes something off of it. Nick West, Norman with the hands. They leave it for Joe Norman. May come over on 1, and Tim Ferreter with a useful spot. Didn't try to do too much, Noah. Saw the block coming up, he just pushed it into wide open real estate.
A very clever swipe by Ferreter, not going into the block, trying to challenge them in a battle of strength, going battle of wits, swiping it to the open court.
So New Jersey down 5, now within 2. Great serve by Cap, and a New Jersey ace. A change of speed for Ian Cap, and he by himself is responsible for 4 points in this run. And New Jersey's right back in it as Matt Prosser calls timeout with the Stunner lead evaporating.
Ian Cap doing everything right now. From the service line, from the front row, really taking advantage and taking control for this game and willing his team back into the set, now down just 1 point, Ira.
We'll keep it here as we're late here in game number 4. New Jersey, we saw Carlo Edra quickly talking to his team to continue this push here. That Joe Norman injury, it's crazy. That's what it takes sometimes to just give that team that extra push they need late, but they see one of their warriors go down. Joe Norman is a warrior. That's what he is out there.
Absolutely.
And they've gotten behind him, and Ian Cap has tried to take this over by himself.
But here's the situation. They're not out of the woods by any stretch. Still down just 1. If he misses this serve or you get a stunner side out, it's a 2-point game again, and they're at 20. So they have a lot of work still to do.
Cap trying to tie it here. Chavers is able to play it. They go back to Corey Chavers, and he's just impossible to shut down. And a huge, huge side out for the Stunners, who are the first to reach 20. Off the tape, Schuldenberg there to cover it. Norman! And a touch is called. Norman was looking for the back corner, couldn't get it, but he got a touch. Side out New Jersey, still within 1, as Norman over now 15 kills and counting.
And Norman and Freedom bailed out a little bit there. Not his best hit contact again, but Nick West reaching a little too far, getting that contact, throwing his hand up saying, yeah, I touched it.
So Matt Seifert already has unleashed an ace today. Huge time for him to serve now. Great serve, being able to play it. And then Nick West dropping bombs.
Nick West has been calling for that back one in serve receive every single time. He gets that set there and takes full advantage of it. Just too quick, too long. Freedom can't do anything.
21-19, Nick West to serve. West looking up at his options. Good serve, comes over on 1, played by Matt Hilling. They leave it for Hilling. Cap with the dig. Cap swinging away, and he misses short, and he knew it. He golden opportunity there. And New Jersey going to go to the bench here. They'll bring in Dr. Doug Zema for Tom Burrell. Got a different look blocking-wise.
And just a crucial miss for Ian Cap. He's done so much to put his team back in this spot, but you can't miss low in the net on a play like that. Get the ball over, let your block make a play.
And now the Stunners with some breathing room. Oh, and a rare ball handling error for New Jersey. The ball sweaty at this juncture of the match. And 23-19, the Stunners can feel the semifinals. They're going to replay. They're going to challenge whether that was a foot fault or not. Smart challenge here by Carlo Edra.
I had my eyes on the line. It was very, very close. I don't think he crossed the line. I see why you make that challenge. I mean, you have seasons on the line. You might as well. I don't think they're going to win it. Again, it was close enough where it caught my attention, but I didn't see it crossing. But, hey, I could always be wrong.
That's why we have replays. It's really tough to see with the naked eye. And you're right. Season on the line. New Jersey not used to making a quarterfinal exit. And the replay was instant. New Jersey loses the challenge, but you had to make that challenge.
2 points away from the season ending. You make it.
(23-19). The OC Stunners. They win today. You're guaranteed 2 more matches because even if you lose in the semifinals, you do have the third-place match on Sunday. You lose today, and you go home. And Cap cannot connect there. 24-19. The Stunners holding late, and they have 5 match points in their account. Timeout, New Jersey. We'll take one final timeout. Rejoin us for the conclusion of this one. So after the New Jersey timeout, Nick West trying to get some of the fans up and going here on match point for the OC Stunners. And he misses long. But a lot of room to work with if you're the Stunners now.
And it falls in the hands of Joe Norman. Struggled with his serve today. Took a spill earlier. Stayed in the game. 4 points to climb.
Match point number 2 as Joe Norman will serve. Try to keep New Jersey Freedom ringing. And he will not. As the match ends and the season for New Jersey on a service error as the OC Stunners move on to the semifinals for the 4th year in a row. They win game number 5 for 25-20, and they're victorious today comfortably in 4 sets, 25-18, 24-26, 25-22, and 25-20. New Jersey pushed the OC Stunners, but ultimately just too many weapons out here in Orange County. New Jersey's season ends with a disappointing 6-5 overall record. Stunners improved to 9-2. They move on to the semifinals where they will take on the winner of the Texas Tyrants and the Puerto Rico Pythons on Saturday afternoon.
What a match for the Stunners. I mean, I mentioned it pregame. I think they have the talent, the depth, and the experience to match any team in this league, and they showed it on full display. Nick West, phenomenal service runs, keeping games alive, keeping games in his grasp every time he was at the service line, running those back ones, getting block touches, being a force in the middle. The pin hitters, I mean, Matt Hilling on the right side, again, not his position. He's played for 2 years, been there a couple games now, playing phenomenally, splitting really, as the team leader in kills, anchoring that right side, tooling the hands, tooling the block, and really providing that energy and that spark for his team.
Listen, the Stunners all season have looked good. They don't have a lot of deficiencies in their game. And their head coach, Matt Prosser, if we're picking a coach of the year in the league this year, we can make a strong case it's Matt Prosser, who is really doing double work, joining us here in the broadcast booth and coaching a team that is one of the favorites to win this championship this year. When you're able to beat a New Jersey team in 4 sets, a good Freedom squad, it shows just what this team is capable of doing. Again, they lost in the finals last year to Vegas. Vegas was by far the best team last year. Stunners have shown all season that they are a team that you have to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. Matt Prosser, doing a tremendous job at managing this roster. So much talent, so much skill on this team, balancing different outsides, new guys, old guys, young guys, balancing it all. A tip of a cap to Matt for doing the job he's done. Yeah, I will say, I don't think this was New Jersey's best performance. And it means nothing. They're clearly the better team this season than the Stunners were. A little disappointed in the effort I saw, mainly in that first set, right? They were a little flat, a little shaky, not really playing with that confidence, that looseness that we're used to Freedom playing with. I think when push comes to shove, the Stunners have more talent, more durability, more experience, and that's why they win these matches like they do. But, you have a player like Jared Ray. One of the newcomers of the year sees 1 set of playing time due to his own maybe defensive and serve receive deficiencies, whatever it may be. A lot left on the table for New Jersey. I think the better team won. The team that can make the most damage come playoff or come finals time in the next 2 days. A great battle, though. You include those last 3 sets, a fantastic fight from both teams.
What's interesting for New Jersey, when you look at rosters across the league, they have had probably the most consistent roster with minimal changes over the course of the last 3 years since I came aboard with the league. This offseason, they're going to have to look at, all right, well, where are our areas of weakness? Where do we have to build our roster up and maybe add some more pieces that are able to take us from being a perennial playoff team to a team that actually can be in that conversation for a championship? Meanwhile, for the OC Stunners, again, and you touched on it a moment ago, able to make that balance of experienced players like the Nick West and the Shane Beamers and the Corey Chavers and the Matt Hillings of the world, and sprinkle in the young talent of a Spencer Olivier and a Grant Maroki and some other guys who have been able to complement the existing players to make the Stunners the team that is going to be in conversation to win the title tomorrow and or Sunday, depending on how things pan out. We're going to send it over to the sideline in a second. Our man of the match.
Yep.
We had a conversation up here. It could go to Matt Hilling. It could go to Spencer Olivier. Even Nick West was involved in the conversation. But ultimately, the combination of 13 kills, a 67% reception percentage today, and the service pressure of 3 aces. It's Spencer Olivier, the Long Beach State All-American. He's our man of the match, standing by with Haley Henderson.
We have man of the match here, Spencer Olivier. Between your serving pressure and presence on offense, you led your team to victory, and you're going to the semifinals. What are your thoughts about that game?
It was good. I think we had a good rhythm from the very start. What really came in clutch was serving, I think. Nick West had great serving runs. Matt had great serving runs, and I think ultimately it came down to that. We were aggressive, and it made it a little bit harder for them to set their offense. So, yeah.
Other than serving, how do you think you guys meshed on the court, and how do you think that led you to the win today?
It was good. I think they served tough too, so that was a little bit of adversity we had to face, but luckily we had good communication through the back row to help us get through it and kind of grind it out. But it worked out in the end, so it was good.
What are you looking forward to for the semifinal game?
Just competing. It's going to be fun volleyball, high-level volleyball, so yeah.
Well, great job. Congratulations. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Haley. Congratulations, Spencer Olivier. He is our man of the match for the second time this year. He was previously man of the match, actually third time this year.
Yep.
He was man of the match on May 28th in the victory over the Inland Empire Matadors, and he was also man of the match June 23rd in the victory over the Texas Tyrants that really woke everybody up. It was like, well, maybe it's not Vegas and Texas this year.
It's OC.
The OC Stunners might be that team to beat. And when you have your young guy stepping up now for the third time this year, it bodes well for what they're capable of doing tomorrow in the semifinals against the winner of Texas and Puerto Rico. Looking at our final numbers, something that popped off the page for me, Noah, New Jersey had a 30-20 edge in kills in the final 2 sets.
Mm-hmm.
The Stunners just made 2 attack errors.
Yep, they were consistent at the net, and I want to give our flowers to the other members of the Stunners. We gave Spencer Olivier man of the match, well deserved. Matt Hilling, equal amount of kills, 13 kills. Corey Chavers, just one less, 12 kills. Nick West, as we mentioned, the serves, the kills, and the blocks. I mean, a total team effort, and of course, all led by Ignacio Roberts, their setter on that team.
Yeah, Roberts had another great match. 38 kills between those 3 men that you just named of their 46. That's a pretty dangerous trio for New Jersey as their season comes to a close here in a long flight back across the country tomorrow. 15 kills for Joe Norman, 11 in 3 sets for Ian Kapp, who came off the bench and was brilliant at times. But you can't carry a team on the back by yourself, and he, down the stretch, you could see the fatigue setting in. And just not enough for New Jersey on this day. Nothing to be ashamed about for them. They lost to a very, very good team here for the second year in a row.
Absolutely, a team that I predict, I think, will make a deep run and make it to this finals team. But still to see who they play in this semifinals, either the Texas Tyrants or the brand new Puerto Rico Pythons. 2 teams with explosive right sides in Ryan Mather and Jair Santiago, and a lot of talented pieces throughout the court as well.
Won't want to miss that one. That comes up at 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 Eastern. But our next match will be coming up at 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. It is the defending champion Las Vegas Ramblers as they look for the first step in defending that championship as they take on a team that has already beaten them this year, one of only 2 losses, as they take on the Inland Empire Matadors, a team that, well, you can never count them out because they are as scrappy as we have here in the NVA. We thank you for joining us for this one here in Long Beach, California, at Long Beach City College. For our entire crew, Haley Henderson, Noah Chast, and our director, Langdon Liebler, who's making his directing debut today and did a magnificent job. Let's give Langdon his flowers. I'm Ira Thor. Stay with us. 3rd quarterfinal action coming up. Las Vegas and the Inland Empire Matadors. Congratulations, Orange County OC Stunners heading to the semifinals.